Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
Guys, we're about to review one of the best 2D games I have played this freaking year, okay? It is Anomaly Agent. Anomaly Agent is a cyberpunk side-scroller action beat 'em up shooting game. It's literally all the above. But it's been developed and published by Pew Pew Games. I've been wanting to do that forever. It's been published and developed by Pew Pew Games in Naisu. Play as Agent 70 and punch your way through mobs of enemies using fluid combat skills, weapons, and an environment. Impact your story with choices and stop the anomalies before the world plunges into chaos. Guys, let me first start this review by saying that I was lucky to come across this game. Anomaly Agent has luckily came like in my radar when I was in the PlayStation Network store and I was just trying to find a 2D game after I played, completed, and just beat the shit out of Dungeon Munchies. I wanted to play a game that was like that but even more immersive. And thankfully Anomaly Agent was on the catalog list and I was like, what the hell is this? I tried it out. The background, just the cover itself threw me off, and I've seen it. And this game came out a couple years ago, and no one has ever fucking mentioned it. But hey, I'm pretty sure people on this channel probably never heard of it either. So hopefully, this review and just me shouting this game out will get you guys into the whole board aspect of trying this game out, especially if y'all like 2D side scrollers, beat 'em up, shoot 'ems, shoot 'em ups, all that stuff is on this game. And god damn, it's not lacking none of those materials at all. This game blew me the hell away. Another kudos to any developers, bro. The game starts off pretty fast. You are already introduced as the main protagonist, which his name is Agent 70, who is promoted a job as an anomaly agent, but he gets promoted even further by him making his way through the top by doing various missions by taking down anomalies, and you get introduced to a couple of side characters that really don't stand out in the game as much. With a 2D game, I can't really go hard on it that much. All I just need to know is, are they going to impact the game enough for me to progress through it, or are they going to help me out? Luckily, they did both. One of them was Chief, the whole entire boss of the agents. She is a badass woman with a lot of attitude. She reminds me of my wife. You don't really see or hear, or she doesn't really do much in the game, but when you see her, just her presence alone just shows you how of a badass she is. When she orders you around, tells you that you need to do this, you do that, and when you fuck up, you are going to hear an earful of this damn broad. But that was enough for me to just keep going a step forward, and just knowing that the character variations in the dialogue and the choreography is something to pay attention to. Same thing when it comes to Eve. Eve, you are going to run into her in this game. She is going to be the one that's going to guide you, give you certain maneuvers of how to progress through the whole project, and even help you by finding and obtaining certain materials and weapons as well. I like Eve, but at the same time, I wish they could have balanced her character out more, just in case if things would have been bad with my main character, so I could see how things was going in the sidelines with her. Because there are times when she just pops up out of nowhere as you're doing certain missions, and I do question myself, like, where the hell she been at or whatever, and she's helping me out progressing. I wish they had like a little way for me to play as her as the game project continues, but I was still left over with a good satisfaction of me playing with Agent 70. And this is when you are introduced to the whole city, the whole atmosphere of the whole game. What blew me away was the fact that this game is not just a good cyberpunk style of the whole atmosphere tone of a 2D side scroller, but just how wide open the game is when it comes to the visuals. And I was really blown away, especially when it comes to certain Easter eggs that I was really pointing the screen at. I'm like, wait a minute, that was from that anime, that was from that game, that was from that project, that was from that, I was doing that a lot, more than playing the game. I streamed this game a couple times. The reason why I didn't stream it no more because I was just too busy pausing the screen and just looking at certain details of the developers from Naso and Pew Pew Games putting the effort of just showing so much good material that really kind of inspired to make a project like this. So sorry if you haven't seen enough of my streams of this game, but hey, just watch the trailer and maybe you will see what I'm talking about. The soundtrack was beautiful too. I love the soundtrack when I'm just roaming around the city at night and just beating down bad guys and just, you know, just observing certain areas and just keep my mindset piece together. The game, the atmosphere, the soundtrack will give you so many feels of Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, Akira, Psycho Diver, all those cyberpunk animes, especially Psycho Diver. I was hearing certain songs from this game that gave me Psycho Diver feels, and it just made me get glued to the screen. It made me didn't want to put the controller down at all, man. I'm like, okay, this game is really hitting me right here. I didn't even mention the combat yet. I didn't. The combat is the only way you start from a game like this, but I see that Nasu and Pew Pew Games wanted to keep stirring the pot to see how much flavor they can put into the gumbo before they put the main dish in, the main piece of meat, and that is a combat. The combat is so freaking intense, so freaking brutal, so freaking immersive, so freaking challenging, bro. You don't just fight one anomaly or a couple of anomalies. Some of these anomalies do have enhanced abilities when it comes to their artificial intelligence. Now, long story short, you play as an anomaly agent that's in the city, taking down certain people that are anomalies, that is into this cult, that is certain people that is involved of just interaction activity of just new world order, new world balance. And you have to just fight your way to just try to take them all down. And some of these people come in packs, some of these people come in groups, and some of these people, bro, like they mutate and they like literally become even stronger enemies. And this is where you have to put your skills to the test. You have to make sure that you know how to attack these enemies, because some of these enemies will get you off guard, especially when you begin to understand the pattern of these enemies. Before you know it, the game introduces you to other enemies just to keep you on your toes. I have died a lot on this game, even times when I gotten frustrated, but it was because I was getting too used to it. I was getting too used to the maneuvers. And that's what I like about this game too, is that they know how to throw different enemies at you, but once you get used to the enemies, they know how to mix up the patterns of how these enemies are going to attack you. I played this on normal mode. I didn't touch hard yet. But damn it, there was not one time that I played and I fought these enemies and I felt like it was a freaking breeze. Not that you are very vulnerable in this game. They give you so many varieties. You have a bat, you have a sword, you have guns that you can pick up from enemies and shoot them with limited ammo, and then you have certain perks and upgrades to make your weapons and your guns even stronger in combat. So they have a lot of maneuvers to go through in this game, so you will not feel as if you are too weak or if the game is actually too easy at certain points when it comes to the difficulty and the challenges of the spawn points of these bosses and these enemies. The bosses I love too. The bosses is very creative and very like output to the whole retrospect of a 2D side scroller. There are bosses where you have to run from. There are bosses you have to do platformers, and I hate platformers. I hate platformers. So for you to add a boss scene with a platform on it, that is like a cherry on top of shit sundae. But again, I had to overcome my weakness so I can keep this, keep the list going. I had to keep the blood, the blood flow going. I didn't mind it at all. I did not mind the whole aspect of the creativity of the challenges ratio of these enemies and these bosses. by me wrapping this game up, this game does have choices, so it's a choice-driven game as you progress. And by you making different choices depends on your type of attitude that you want to give out towards these enemies when they ask you questions, and even comrades too as you progress through this whole, through the whole project. They ask you certain questions as the game continues. You can be an asshole, what gives you certain emotion points that you can use in stores to upgrade your character. You have bad emotion points, you have good emotion points, and each of these choices dictates of how you are going to beat the game, which comes with certain endings of the game that I've only unlocked one, and I'm currently working on the second one, but I'm playing this other mode that Anomaly Agent has, and that mode is intense. This game is bursting with so much material to the point where the replay value is freaking insane. You are gonna play this game and it's gonna be you're gonna have a hard time letting this game go. Overall, this game is freaking awesome. And I want more of this game, even though I'm not even done with the F's of this game. I'd even beat it on New Game Plus. They got New Game Plus too. The replay value of this game is so freaking immersive, but I still want more. I want Anomaly President. I want that game too. I want them all. I don't care if y'all even got even more projects on the way. Put them on the console, please. Y'all got good material here. This is one of the best 2D games I've ever freaking played. I don't got nothing bad to say about this game. I don't have nothing bad to say about this game at all. I was trying to find one thing. I can't find anything. I can't find anything about this game that is terrible, which, again, if y'all are shooting strong, shooting strong, y'all got good material here, y'all got good combat, y'all got good, this game is like, oh my God, let me rate this because I'm literally spiraling right now. I'm gonna have to give Anomaly Agent an A+. If y'all guys like old school games, if y'all guys like old school anime, retro anime from the 80s and the early 90s, if y'all guys like 2D side scrollers that has a good beat 'em up aspect, if y'all guys like side scrolling shooters, there's no reason to not have this game in your library. It's only $10 freaking. It's cheap. It may be up now because I bought this when they had a deal. But look, I don't care if it's 20, I don't care if it's 30, I don't care if it's $40. Anomaly Agent should be in y'all library. And I'm not saying that because they're probably waiting for a lot of people to buy it so it can be on console. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it needs to be in y'all library. Hands down. You won't be sorry. But anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher. And I hope you all have a good day.